Hello, folks. The lighting kind of blows today because I've waited too long. But anyway, today's chat, I'm back, everybody. Today's chat is called Night Sweats and Lupus. I asked a few weeks ago, and several people sent me response and what they wanted to hear, and one of them was lupus and night sweats. So I figured I start off today with that. Thank you, Ismail, for joining in. So at the first sign of the entrance of new bacteria or a virus, the body's immune system immediately begins to eliminate potential threats. Thank you for the hearts. I appreciate it. To your health. So symptoms of these frequently include fever, night sweats. Hey, Cindy, how are you? Thank you for joining in. Hope you had a great summer. Haven't seen you in a while. Frequency includes night sweats, however, and fever. However, in some cases, the immune system falsely identifies healthy cells as threats and works to eliminate them. This is known. Hey, Nicole, thank you for joining in. This is known as an autoimmune disease, such as lupus, which is what I mostly talk about. And what I prefer calling it is an autoimmune condition, like lupus, thyroid disease, and all these other autoimmune conditions that are out there. Such conditions can affect all parts of the body, including the nerves, muscle, skin, lungs, blood vessels, and heart and brain. So inflammation is the key for an autoimmune disease, which results in swelling, pain, and redness. So, hold on a second. This lighting here is horrible. Anyway, let me move on. So, like I was saying, such conditions. Hey, friend LaBoy, Juan Cato, thank you for joining in. Such conditions can affect almost all parts of the body, including the nerves, like I said, muscle, skin, and different parts. And if you're familiar with autoimmune condition, especially with lupus, you know it affects the whole body. So approximately between 50 to 60 million people are suffering from some sort of autoimmune condition. I'm not only speaking about lupus, I'm talking about all the different autoimmune conditions. And most can be chronic and often life-threatening. I know with me, the lupus almost killed me. So, it can be life-threatening if you don't take care of yourself. So some markets also indicate that many of these diseases and disorders have a genetic component, explaining why autoimmune issues are commonly clustered across family members. Sometimes, for example, a virus can trigger an autoimmune reaction in a person's predisposed genetic marker. Like, my sister has lupus, and autoimmune conditions, they run in my family. I have family members who have rheumatoid arthritis. I suffered with lupus in the past. So, furthermore, these diseases often span multiple medical specialties and organs. Like, if you compare it to cancer with 14 million people living in the United States. Hey, John Patrick, thank you for joining in. And heart disease with data suggesting about 20 million people living with it in the United States. The combined total is still smaller than the population living with an autoimmune condition, believe it or not. There's more people with autoimmune diseases than those two diseases right now in the U.S. Thank you for joining in, Steven. Thank you for joining in, Perfecta. Grisel, thank you for joining in. So night sweats are symptoms of several different autoimmune issues and often are signs of hidden infection. So someone asked me about this, and it doesn't have to per se deal with the autoimmune condition. It deals more with the medications that you're taking, or if there is a hidden infection in the body and the body's trying to ward it off. Most of the most common autoimmune diseases are like rheumatoid arthritis, celiac disease, lupus, MS, and they all share night sweats, fever, hot flashes as symptoms. But the overlap of the symptoms and the bodily system crossover make diagnosing and managing autoimmune diseases difficult. So night sweats and lupus usually has to do with the meds. I know that prednisone, if you're on prednisone, that can cause you to have night sweats. Unless, of course, there are other things going on in your body and you have overlapping diseases. And that happens with people who have autoimmune conditions. You may have overlapping diseases. I know that happens with people who have lupus. So, like I said, night sweats and lupus usually has to do with the meds. In general, excessive sweating is not commonly seen in people who have lupus patients. Medication can cause excessive sweating. Other diseases such as endocrine diseases are related to excessive sweating. So now, if you're no longer taking meds and you have lupus, I would say to get yourself checked for endocrine diseases, and also check if you're premenopausal, because that can also, and now I'm talking to women, not men. I'm talking about women. If you're suffering from night sweats, it could be that you're premenopausal also. So types of different endocrine disorders, adrenal insufficiency, and that's when the adrenal glands, hey Jennifer, how are you? Thank you for joining in. Great to see you, sweetie. That's when the adrenal glands releases too little of the hormone cortisol, and sometimes it can include symptoms of fatigue, stomach upset, dehydration, skin changes, Addison's disease, and these are all types of different adrenal insufficiencies. Now, if you feel that you have some sort of endocrine system disorder, I would say there's a lady out there who I love. She's actually my mentor. Her name is Andrea Beeman, and she works with a lot of people who have thyroid disease and endocrine system disorders. Okay, the next one I'm going to talk about is Cushing's disease. That's another endocrine disorder. And Cushing's disease is overproduction of the pituitary gland hormone, and it leads to an overactive adrenal gland. And it's a similar condition called Cushing's syndrome. And it may occur in people, especially with children who take high dosages of corticosteroid medications, like I was saying before, like prednisone and stuff like that. Gigantism, or other growth hormone problems. If the pituitary gland grows abnormally and fast, then the growth hormone levels are too low, and a child can't stop growing in height. So also hyperthyroidism, it's a really big one that's more popular among folks, and that's when the thyroid gland produces too much thyroid hormone, leading to weight loss or fast heart rate, sweating, and nervousness. And the most common cause for an overactive thyroid is an autoimmune disorder called Graves' disease. And hypothyroidism, that's when the pituitary gland releases little or no hormones. It may be caused by a number of different diseases. So women with this condition may stop getting their periods also. And multiple endocrine neoplasia 1 and 2, also known as MEN 1, MEN 2, because those are the initials. And this is a rare genetic condition, and they're passed down through families, and they cause tumors in the parathyroid, adrenal, and thyroid glands, leading to overproduction of hormones. And last but not least, POCOS, which is polycystic ovary syndrome. Actually, my niece suffers from this. Hi, Primo Azi, how are you? And that's overproduction of the androgens, and its interference with the development of eggs and their release from the female ovaries. POCOS is actually a leading cause of infertility. So basically, this is all that I wanted to share. So the answer to the question that was mailed into me is, can someone who has lupus suffer from night sweats? Yes, you can, because it is caused, not that it has to do with the disease, but it has to do with the medication that you're on, and that causes night sweats, unless if you have a fever or something like that. So if there's anything else that you want to learn about lupus or an autoimmune condition, feel free to inbox me here, or you can inbox me at info@YvetteLeBoy.com, and I'll be more than happy to answer any of those questions and do a live on them for you to inform you. Also, I'm starting a blog, and it has nothing to do with illness. I like to talk about dating and being single, and I'm going to be creating a blog called Sexy and Living Single. And I also have a YouTube channel on that as well. We're going to start posting videos on that as well. So anyway, this is all I have to say for now. My name is Yvette LeBoy. If you want to follow me on Facebook, I am Yvette LeBoy, Lupus Wellness Coach. Go on that page. That's my business page. Like I said, I'm going to start doing my lives from there. On Instagram, I'm One Holistic Diva. On Twitter, I am Holistic Gal, and my YouTube page is Yvette LeBoy, Lupus Wellness Coach. Thank you for being on with me tonight. Have a great week, and enjoy the rest of your summer, because summer ends officially this Saturday, the 22nd. Autumn starts, which is really my favorite season. Anyway, thank you all for joining in. Mwah. Love you much. Take care. See you. Bye.